Hello everybody. So this is something that I was not expecting to do, but honestly I needed something easy to make and also some motivation. And I've been on a kick lately, so we're doing it. This is my list for Mario's Madness. There are quite a few songs I really like in here, so let's get started. One thing I want to specify before I start, unless there's something I really like about the song other than the music, it'll be ranked solely on the music. That's just how I rank FNF songs, because really, the main thing I care about is the music. Not that I'm discrediting the art or anything, I just think it's better to factor that in with the mod as a whole rather than the individual songs. Just making that clear before we start. Let's get into it. Guys, it's me. It's me. I want to give a huge shout out to Kelpart for this awesome character design. And honestly, for this entire video, because he's the reason I even know what this is, so full credit to him. If you want, after this, you could go check out his ranking of Mario's Madness. It's a high quality video, and he probably has better opinions than I do. So I encourage you to go check it out. Anyways, on to the rankings now. I hope this should come to no surprise, but So Cool is last. Yeah, the only thing really interesting about this song is the visuals. The chat is an awesome visual thing, but like I said in the intro, I usually rank the song solely on the music. I mean, it's a cool touch, but it definitely doesn't boost it enough to be able to not get last here. The song is fine. It doesn't sound bad, and does have some nice parts. But honestly, it's just a boring song, and that's really all I got to say about it.
Swing your arms from side to side, come on, it's time to...
The End, a song that I continuously forget about. It's not bad by any means, it's just... there's hardly anything to remember it by. There's not that many interesting melodies. The only thing really notable here is the instrumental, but even then, it's kind of just the same throughout most of the song. Now, if this were the End V2, this would be way higher, but unfortunately, it's not in the game yet, so we're still stuck with this version.
I'm going to fly for you.
Race Shooters kind of feels like the middle child of its world. It's a good song, but it's completely overshadowed by the other songs in a pretty stacked content cosmos. The main problem I have with Race Shooters is that even after hearing the song 10 times or so, I still couldn't remember a single melody from it. The instrumental is good, with usage of the Mario Kart 64 sound font being a great touch, and the mechanic is pretty unique, but it's not enough to get this song higher than low A tier. With some better melodies, this song could be higher, but for now it's here.
Let's check it out.
Okay, this song is actual chaos. No, I didn't say that was a bad thing. This is a very fun listen, actually. Basically, it's a hodgepodge of random meme songs with the Flintstones as the main melody. It's groovy, it's got charm, but doesn't really do anything special, which is why it's low on this list. Nothing wrong with it, I don't really have a complaint. I just think in the nature of the song, it has lower potential for me. Like Race Traders in the End, this is one of those songs I kinda just forget exists. But unlike them, this one's got some good melodies. Nothing too crazy, but definitely good enough to make it up a few spots in A tier. The shift between the more laid-back beginning to a heavier, more intense second half is really nice, and especially the second half with a good instrumental. It could use some better melodies, but Promotion is still a great song.
Yo soy Reggie, mamma mia, Reggie.exe.
Even though I'm pretty uneducated in the FNF community, Yo Soy Luigi can't hide from me. Overdue, a song that suffers from being S tier in some parts, to as low as C tier in other parts. There's too much in this song to put it any higher, even if there are some parts I really like. Let's talk about what I like in this song. The beginning melody is definitely one of the best parts of the song, definitely one of the most catchiest melodies in the entire mod. The duet between Pico and Mario is great, I love how both of them sound, and of course, the chase at the end. Enough said. Last thing positive, I'm a big fan of the bullet mechanic, it sounds very satisfying. I just wish it was used a little bit more during the song. On the other hand, parts like after the first melody are so uninteresting. There's so much between the good section of the song, and it holds it back a lot. One of the few laid-back sounding songs of the mod, I think Bad Day does a really good job at what it's going for. It's got a very nostalgic feel, with a weird mix of Flow Ride's good feeling and the Super Mario World overworld theme, and it actually works really well. With its dance feel and a really nice key change at the end of the song, this song definitely deserves a solid A tier spot. The only real complaint I can think of to make is that it feels samey throughout the song. But honestly, it's supposed to be a dance song, so that's just how it's gonna be. Hey, a song about Luigi's Mansion. It has to be Peak, right? Yes, Alone is in fact Peak. Let's go! Starting off with Luigi humming a slightly altered version of the Luigi's Mansion theme. It then goes into the main melody of the song, which sounds beautiful. Luigi sounds great, Ghost Boyfriend sounds great. I just love the vibe of this song. What? That's not all who sings. Wait, is that Mario? Wow, absolute beauty there. The instrumental is good, and it's built on Totaka's song out of all things, which is really cool. Yeah, literally the only reason this is so low is because I like a lot of these songs just slightly better. These high A tier songs were really hard to rank. I'm still going back and forth on some of them as I write this script. Oh boy, I can't wait for the hate I'm getting for this one. I'm just really not the biggest fan of Unbeatable. I'll briefly talk about each act since the song is divided into 4 acts. Act 1 has a really good mix of boyfriend melodies and rhythmic sections. I'm especially a big fan of the melodies right before the section where you can't miss. This act is just fine for me. Dives heavily into the rhythmic style of the song, and honestly, I'm a more powerful and emotional melody person rather than a sick beats person. And that's one of the main reasons I don't have Unbeatable very high. No interesting melodies at all, this act is just okay. Definitely my least favorite out of the 4 acts. Bowser sounds pretty bad here. There's no sugarcoating that. I do really like the organ in the instrumental and Boyfriend's melodies at the end, but that doesn't save it from being last. The instrumental goes hard in Act 4, and it's got a really good Boyfriend melody at the end. Act 4 is a very good conclusion to the song, and is probably the only thing that would be close to, if not S tier in this song. Unbeatable is a song that I can head bop to and has some really good rhythmic stuff going on in it. But with a 10.5 minute length and not really being my style, it's not very high for me on this list. I definitely understand how someone could really like this song though. The order of acts for me from worst to best is 3, 2, 1, and 4. This might be a controversial pick, but man, do I love Thalassophobia. The vibe of this song is great, perfectly encapsulating the mysterious feel. Thalassophobia is, in the best way I can think to describe it, a slow rock song. The instrumental also has piano playing high chords and even an organ? It all sounds so good together, with some really good melodies too. The only complaint I can think of is that Luigi just sounds okay, and I'm not the biggest fan of how it ends, but other than that, it's a very underrated song. It really does feel wrong to have this song so low, but here we are. I Hate You has a phenomenal instrumental, a great first melody, and oh, did I mention a phenomenal instrumental? I really like this instrumental, using the steel drum sound from Mario World very well. The reason why this song isn't higher for me is because other than the first melody, none of the other ones really stick out to me. Oh, except for the reference to the All-Stars Boyfriend solo. Yes, I noticed. Other than that, though, a very good song. Just slightly got beat out by a lot of these songs coming up.
You gonna tell Mom I was smoking?
No, Mario, I'm not gonna tell.
Yeah, you better not, or I'll kick your ass. Anyway, just keep your mouth shut, squirt. Here come the guys. Hey.
Gosh, I wish I would have never been reminded of this animation. Day Out is one of those songs that I really like for its instrumental. I'm a very big fan of jazzy piano, so obviously I'm gonna like the instrumental. None of the melodies are very notable here, except for around the 2-minute mark. The exchange long note section between Boyfriend and Mario sounds amazing. That and the instrumental definitely carry this song as high as it is. And also Mario, Boyfriend, and Luigi all sound great. At this point, we're getting very close to S tier, and a good start for that is Apparition. The melodies in this song are phenomenal, with almost every turn sounding great. They actually made Wario sound good, which is surprisingly impressive. The reason why the song isn't S tier is because I'd like a little more out of the instrumental. It's good and all, but besides maybe the end, there's never really a feeling of impact from the instrumental. That's literally the only thing holding this song back from S tier, and everything else is great. I originally had Starman Slaughter a lot lower than this, but after listening to the instrumental, wow, that instrumental is good. Like, literally besides maybe the trumpet solo, most of the melodies are low A tier at best, but man, this instrumental carries it all the way up here. It's got heavy rock, it's got fast sections, it's got jazzy sections, like, come on, dude. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the Peach and Yoshi section. It kind of kills the flow of the song for me. But man, this instrumental really carries the song, and that's not even a joke. Also, what? A trumpet solo in FNF? Yeah, okay. This further secures its spot at high A tier. Last Course is one of 3 songs I have on the cusp of S tier. Another song that is high because of the instrumental, this one nails the alien feeling it's going for while still incorporating Super Mario World sounds and melodies. There's not too many interesting melodies between Mario and Boyfriend, but I do think Boyfriend's chromatic sounds really satisfying. Also, the mechanic. Man, is it satisfying. Not just playing, but also to listen to as well. I like listening to the gameplay of this song because hearing it without the mechanic sound is just not right. If it were for just a little bit more interesting melodies, and sounding just a bit more full in some sections, this song would be S tier for sure. Me when I have the Mario Land 2 theme this high. Okay, bad joke is bad. Let's actually talk about the song. Well, first of all, it starts with the Mario Land 2 theme, which is already really good in itself. Then we go into a heavy metal instrumental for the rest of the song, which is amazing. It's also got piano, which, like, yes. The reason why this isn't S tier is exactly why Last Chorus wasn't, is because besides at the beginning, I don't find many of the melodies very interesting. Other than that, though, man, this instrumental is good. It just barely misses out on S tier from the instrumental alone. I adore the beginning of this song, and the entire vibe as a whole. This is the only song in the mod that actually kind of creeps me out, and I love that. The instrumental perfectly uses N64 sounds to build on this eerie, creepy vibe. Speaking of the instrumental, it's really good. Luigi sounds good, Boyfriend sounds good. It's exactly like the other two previous songs. I wish some of the melodies were better, but unlike those, I think this one has a great main melody. Really, the only thing holding this song back for me is the two slow sections. While I really like the vibe of them, I wouldn't say they're the greatest thing ever to listen to. Still, an amazing song that was bumped up to S tier as I'm writing this, so good job, Abandon. Although starting out with the Super Mario World intro, Dark Forest is anything but a happy, fun-filled song. No, this is straight speed and intensity throughout the entire song, and I love it. The song has not only a great instrumental, utilizing the Super Mario World instruments very well, but also great melodies. My favorite part is definitely when... Okay, sorry, I don't get the references, I'm just gonna call this Peach, okay? If you don't like it, well... womp womp, I guess. Peach hits those high, long notes. It's just so satisfying to listen to. I especially love really fast songs, so that's probably another reason why this song appeals to me so much. Dark Forest is definitely one of my favorites of the mod, and we still got 10 more to go. There's no other song that fits the definition of fun in the mod quite like Mario Singing Game Rhythm 9 does. It definitely holds the crown for having the catchiest melody in the mod. And the second. And the third. Okay, you get the point. That's the name of the game for Mario Singing Game Rhythm 9, catchy melodies. I used to think they were so good that I had this at number 1 for a bit. Yeah, I was out of my mind with that one. Still, this song is amazing, and chiptune style music is awesome. You can't not jam to this, it's impossible. I really have nothing more to say about this song, it's just catchy and really good. Bro, where do I even start with No Hope? The vocals could not exist and I'd be fine with that. Seriously though, I like the vocals and all, but come on. The instrumental goes crazy and I'm all for it. Like, come on, guitar? Epic symphonic stuff? A choir? It literally feels like we're starting the apocalypse fighting Mario, and boy do I love this type of music. If you've seen my previous video on Pokemon Team Boss themes, or if you haven't, Chairman Rose's theme is very similar to this, and I adore that theme for it as well. It's just so stylistically epic, and man, is that my soft spot. Like I said, the vocals are decent, but man, this instrumental alone carries it to top 10. Power Down is a song that has slowly been on the rise for me and may continue to in the future. This song has amazing melodies, lots of emotion, a great instrumental, basically everything I asked for in a song. The beginning of the song sounds great and might be my favorite part. The middle's got some really nice parts, but nothing too crazy. I really like the end after girlfriend gets killed with the high emotional boyfriend notes. The POW mechanic is satisfying, but it doesn't really do anything to boost the song, unlike last chorus. Although it's only 8th for now, I can see Power Down moving up 1 or 2 more spots in the future. No Party is just such a cool and interesting song. It starts off sounding menacing, but then shifts to a really happy feel. We also got sections of sadness, desperation, intensity, and it all somehow comes together perfectly. No Party has great melodies, first of all, some of the best in the mod. But really what I want to talk about is the instrumental. It goes so hard. Like, genuinely, how does Kenny Yell kill it with every instrumental? Anyways, take a guitar solo. Yeah, what? Nah, this song is too wild. It definitely deserves to be here. Oh yeah, we're in the Virtual Boy. Things are about to get real. Paranoia, man, what a song. The beginning of the song is nothing to go crazy over, but that second half, at least 3rd best section of the mod. Like, come on! The guitar feature and the instrumental, screaming melodies, packed full of emotion, and one of the coolest mechanics ever? Yeah, it's safe to say the second half of Paranoia is pretty good, right? The melodies paired with the instrumental close to the end, it's such a perfect mix. I just wish that the first half of the song were as good as the second half, and this would be top 3 easy, maybe even first.
You thought the Koopa worked alone?
This might be a surprise to some, but I am a huge fan of Oh God No. Mario and Luigi both have two of my favorite chromatics in the entire mod. Like Apparition, every single turn has a phenomenal melody, but unlike Apparition, this song has a phenomenal instrumental to support those phenomenal melodies. I love the back and forth between Mario and Luigi, and the vocal harmonies are so nice to listen to. There are multiple parts of this song that are very high S for me, and the part close to the end where they're just going ham on each other might be S+. There's literally nothing I can say bad about this song. I can't think of anything. Oh, well, I guess the mechanic of having to get jump scared to activate a voice line is kind of annoying, but that's not really part of the music. So, yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really like this song.
Why won't you die?
This is not a song that I would have thought would be in my top 4 when I first played it, but here it is. The beginning starts off with this really ominous sound, which is unexpected but really cool. Then the jazzy sound kicks in with the piano chords and eventually a guitar? Heck yeah! On top of the instrumental, this song has some really nice melodies. There's also a trumpet solo again? This song is wild. But easily my favorite part of the song is the ending. The boyfriend melodies are beautiful and full of emotion. I love the instrument choices in this song, using a lot of my favorite instruments. Plus great melodies gets this song to number 4. Okay, before you start to type in the comments on how stupid this pick is, just let me explain. First of all, I'm a huge fan of rock/metal music, so hearing a real guitar in an FNF song really made me happy, and it sounds amazing. Secondly, it has my second favorite section in all of FNF, so I'll get to that soon. Let's talk about the beginning, and probably the reason why it's lower for other people, but for me it's phenomenal. Feeling of dread in this beginning is awesome, and it really sets the tone for the situation you're in. Also, the bass goes hard during some parts, especially the part where Boyfriend is singing the long notes. Now let's get to the real reason why this song is so high. The shift here really gives the song some intensity, and man is it good. It's all really good, but not really notable until we get to the build-up section. Everything comes together so well to make the best build-up I've heard in an FNF song. The drums, the vocals, the melodies, just everything. Then when it's about to finally drop, the long Boyfriend note with him laughing, that part genuinely gives me chills every time, and that's rare for me. Like, wow, I can't even describe how much I love that. The rest of the song is of course very good, with M's melodies being the best in the song. If you think Third is bad, for the longest time, It's a Me was my favorite song. This was literally a last-second decision to move it to third. So yeah, It's a Me is third for me, and no matter how much I get told that it's a horrible opinion, that's not gonna change. Hey guys, I can explain. So All Stars is not number one for me, and if you all are attentive, you know what's ahead of it. But let's focus on this song right now, and boy does it deserve some attention. I'm just gonna go through and talk about each act because they're practically their own songs. Although it's my least favorite, Act 1 is still very good, with some very nice melodies and whoa, Girlfriend? Okay, this is sick. Yeah, this is a great way to set the tone for the song that's supposed to be the end. The instrumental is great, being very climactic, and I really enjoy the part where it slows down. Very good stuff. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get the references for most of this mod, and I have it written in my script calling this Tanuki Ultra M. Now I know that his name is actually Omega and this is an entirely different character. But I really just thought this was Ultra M. A little embarrassing, but we'll continue on. So Omega sounds really good here. I just love how he sounds. He's got great melodies, and the little callbacks to the paranoia in the melody is cool. In general, just some great melodies here. Then we're joined by the boys, who all sound amazing and have some great melodies as well. Overall, a very good act. This is probably an unpopular opinion, but Act 3 is definitely my favorite act. The atmospheric beginning really lets it set in that Girlfriend is now dead and Ultra M is controlling her. The melodies are great, and you can really feel the emotion in Boyfriend's voice. Also, the instrumental here, my goodness. The instrumental here is gorgeous. It keeps building until... This is definitely my favorite part of the song. The instrumental here is beautiful, the back and forth between Boyfriend and Girlfriend. On top of it all, Ultra M singing? This section is a masterpiece. It's a really cool change of pace for the song, going from a more typical FNF sound to a cinematic sound. It's just really cool to hear, and I know some might complain that it feels empty or it just doesn't sound great in general, but Act 3 is definitely my favorite. The first little bit of Act 4 is great, but also in my opinion not anything special. On the other hand, when we get to Boyfriend solo, now that is special. Wow, this part is good. The emotion, the build-up, the melodies, it's all so good. Then, spoiler alert, Boyfriend is dead. What an ending to such a great mod. Overall, All Stars is an amazing song. It's just, I like the number one just a little bit more. The order I would put the acts in from worst to best is 1, 2, 4, and 3. Okay, whoa. I know you want to click off, unless you're a fan of Demise, but just give me a minute to explain. Beginning cutscene alone puts this at least top 5. Seeing that for the first time after playing Power Down gave me so much emotion, and still does every time. The song itself encapsulates the setting so well, oh my gosh. The desperation, the hopelessness, the urgency, you can hear it all in this song. The high-pitched Boyfriend notes really makes you feel all the emotions going through him as he runs from this monster who just killed his girlfriend. The song just keeps getting more intense and building, and it's just so good. Like, All Stars is amazing, but this just makes me feel the song. That's what really gets me. Then, what? Girlfriend is okay? Oh, thank goodness. But it's not over. Most intense part of the song happens, and now you're really running for your life. The song ends with Boyfriend getting away and everything being fine, but my goodness is this song filled with emotion. The piano and the instrumental is amazing, and the instrumental in general is so well made. I know quite a few people dislike this song, and I have no idea why besides maybe the charting, I guess, and also the underground section, which I guess I should give my opinion on. I know people hate this part, but my opinions on it are that A, I don't think it sounds bad. No, I don't think this part is amazing, but I'm also not going to say this song is middle of the pack because of one short section, which leads to my next point. B, the quote-unquote bad part, lasts like 10 seconds. So really, I still don't understand why people dislike Demise. I have no regrets putting it at number 1. Yay, it's finished. Yeah, like I said at the beginning, I didn't ever expect myself to do this, but I wanted to have one more big project before I go to college, and I've been listening to a lot of Mario's Madness lately. Again, please go check out Kelpart, his stuff is amazing, and other than that, that's all I got. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day.